Everyone's gonna know what movie phone is.
Welcome back to the John and Brian Show. It's Saturday, I think.
It is Saturday, yes.
It's been a long day.
I'll say it's the 12th, I think. Yeah, it's the 12th.
It's 12.
Yeah.
So what rabbit hole do you want us to cruise down this evening?
I don't know. I'm not even... You called it a rabbit hole. It wasn't me.
Well, I call anything, you know, if you can do a deep dive on anything and start doing research and reading up on stuff, that's a rabbit hole.
Okay, so I'm not saying that what I'm about to talk about is anywhere near this, but
you could go
and do research on a car.
Right.
Is that a rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Because you're getting an education? Is that why you call it?
You're just going tunnel vision, going down a hole.
No,
fucking...
I won't necessarily say tunnel vision either.
Whatever. Why you analyzing?
Because I don't like the rabbit hole thing.
Change it.
You started it.
The fucking monkey hole. I don't fucking know.
It's not a hole. Well, anyway. Yes, on TikToks. And there's a whole bunch
of... The Rusty
of...
Cheerio. I don't know. That'd be the butthole. The Rusty Cheerio? You never heard that? The Dirty Onion?
They call that a butthole?
No.
I thought you
your
said...
actual butthole. The Star of David. All the little lines. Yeah.
I never said Cheerio to that.
I know. I was just... Anyway.
I used to try to pee in Cheerio.
You tried to pee in her butt?
No.
Right, so
I did kind of walk into that one.
What's the... Moving on past the rabbit hole. It is not a rabbit hole. You can do a little bit of research and find out.
So, I'm just going off on the ice wall.
Entertainment purposes only. Fuck you.
He does watch these videos. He does. He's been down the rabbit hole.
There you go. I thought you didn't like the rabbit hole.
I like it now that you've actually... Or admitting that you've watched these videos.
Oh, absolutely, I've watched them.
And you've been down there.
I don't go searching for them.
No. They just show up and
there's been a handful of them. Yes, I'm not going to deny that. And if I watch them, yes, not all of them, but I watch a great deal.
So we're talking about the ice wall, or supposed
theoretical
flat Earth,
right.
with the firmament, the water is below and above,
right,
kind of thing.
Yeah,
and that's kind of from the Bible.
It is from the Bible. It said it in the Bible. Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, and I'm not saying that I'm completely 100% on board that yes, the world is flat, whatever.
Right.
But it just makes you think, and it's made me think, what else has the government been hiding?
You could go down a hole for days. That would be the real, rabbit hole theory.
Who's really in charge?
Oh, the government's fucking us, but there's someone behind the curtain.
Who's the puppet? Who's the puppeteer?
Rock.
Okay. There you go. It all comes down to money.
Well, yeah, and control and power.
So, I don't know if you know this or not, but I got really bad into drinking liquor. Really bad, to the point where I want to say about a month, maybe two ago, Tara said, it's liquor or we're done. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, what did I do? No more liquor.
Yeah.
And the way that I felt, the way that I've been going, and just makes me more aware of what's going on, I guess you would say.
Right.
Have you watched any of the videos on like the human frequencies that they give off, or that the government's been putting frequencies or trying to put us on a frequency?
Well, they're trying to change the frequencies because
what they've been doing our whole lives.
The bells that were all through the towns and everything else, they actually send out a tone that supposedly... Don't know for sure because I haven't done any rabbit hole searching.
No. Well, but I've done rabbit hole searching, but...
supposedly when the bells ring, it sends off a frequency that's also a healing frequency for your body and your soul. So, with that being said, then all of a sudden, all the bells are gone. They're cracked. They're busted. Why are all the bells cracking and busted? You know what I mean?
Liberty Bell crack.
Right. So there's a lot of things that are questionable. You know what I mean?
And I'm trying to... I don't know. There's, like you said, there's a whole bunch we could sit here and talk about.
Right.
I'm trying to narrow it down to just one thing, and I don't know exactly where I want to go, kind of thing.
Okay.
And you said earlier, and the whole flat Earth thing, and it could be construed a couple different ways.
Right.
And I said, well, God said there was a firmament.
Right.
The water's above, water's below.
Right.
What's the other way that you were talking about?
Well, here's the thing with the Bible, you don't know. I can't prove, or nobody can prove for me, that the stories are true in there.
Mm-hmm.
When they've been written by different authors and over several years, several centuries and shit, it's like, what got fucked up in translation?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that saying that, I
don't believe in God.
I don't believe in God and all this other stuff. What I'm saying is, I don't necessarily think you know, for all we know, it's a storybook. You know, somebody could have been writing a book, you know, or they might have been writing about what actually happened. But over the years, it's gotten inflated.
Well, and there's other stories of them being 3 gods.
Right.
And his was the only one that got out.
Right. So
to us, I guess there's other ones that other worlds, other solar systems, whatever.
The ones that Bigfoot runs.
Yeah, and I'm even if there is another world out there and we are on flat Earth, what control do we have over it? You know what I mean? Well, the one part that we do have, okay, and I'm going off on the frequencies here.
All right.
Is waking up and actually seeing what is going on around us at all times.
Right.
And right now, you've got tunnel vision. I still have tunnel vision. Yes, I'm not saying that I'm completely out of the tunnel, whatever.
Right.
But I'm starting a journey, I guess.
Right.
And again, Tara saying that she was going to leave me had to do something different.
Yeah.
And what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing, expecting
Over
a different
and over
result.
again.
Yeah.
And yet nothing's changed. So let's take all the bad things out. Let's take pork out.
Okay.
Let's take liquor out. Yes, I'm still drinking beer, but not as much as if I would have been here.
Well, with
10 years ago,
right, but
on
with,
a Friday, Saturday night.
But with liquor too, you know, it's stronger. It doesn't take nearly as much. But we're not me anymore. But back then, I was used to drinking so much beer, consuming
That's what
so
I
much.
thought. And yeah, with the beer, I had never had any of the problems that I had with liquor.
Right,
Never.
because liquor changes your attitude, and I drink liquor like I drink beer, and that's
so do I.
bad.
And so do I. What I've noticed though is not even over time, I get so dehydrated, and I've never been dehydrated before.
Right.
But I get so dehydrated, that's when the dry heaving starts.
Right.
That's when you can't eat. You're not even hungry.
Right.
So I know everybody noticed I lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah. You do when you quit drinking and you start taking care of yourself.
Yes. But then there's also when you sleep and you're on that liquor,
right.
Your brain is not allowed to, or you're not allowing your brain to dream. Let it relieve itself of all these thoughts or whatever and have a dream. So I started having physical dreams. And this is when me and Tara weren't sleeping together. I was still sleeping downstairs. But I would be kicking the shit out of... Don't know what I was kicking the shit out of.
Yeah.
But I would wake up. I was awake. I knew what I was doing. But I couldn't stop. So then I finally stopped. And my first thought, because I'd wake up.
Yeah.
My first thought was, oh shit, Lily. Did I hurt Lily?
Yeah.
I did. So I was like, yeah, we're going to stop that. But I've opened my eyes up so much more. I'm trying to change my diet. I drink shit ton more water. I've done the hydrogen. I know. I've even just ordered. I've got that little bottle that you plug in and it does this little thing. It sort of ionizes. I can pull it up.
I got one upstairs that's fucking cool as shit. I mean, it just fucking does its thing where the hydrogen goes up in the water.
But you push a button, and the same thing. Same thing. But I ordered a couple hydrogen tablets just to put in my water, just so it dissolve real quick and whatnot.
Yeah. I heard the tablet. I don't know if the tablets are as good.
I'm going to try it.
I don't remember what I was reading about them.
I'm going to try it.
But hell, the hydrogenated water, you basically have 30 minutes from the time you make it. You have to drink all that water you made.
Oh, no. Every time I made that, though, I would just...
Kind of have you tried methylene blue?
No, I remember you saying something about this.
I got that upstairs. I just took probably about 3 or 4 droplets in a little glass of water on the last Saturday. Mm-hmm. Or last Saturday or Sunday. I forget what day. It wasn't raining, whatever day it was, Saturday. And I went out there and washed Lynn's car. Now, granted, it was the first day. I didn't expect to feel anything.
No, this is a process.
Right. But I was like, I'm going to go wash the car. Now, when I was washing the car, I didn't want to stop. I just want to keep going. But that's normally how I am.
That's how you are anyway. You started something. Well, yeah. I'm going to say once you start it, you finish it. But that's that's the truth.
The ceiling is prime example.
Your back puller.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a project for 20 years. It's been a project for years.
So, stuff like that. Usually on a Saturday, my Saturday routine, I wake up in the morning and I'll go to Waffle House. Give me something to eat, then I'll go get the truck washed. Whatever other errands I might have to go, Home Depot, maybe go hit some golf balls, who knows. I wanted to go to Waffle House this morning, but I can't eat sausage or bacon.
Yeah.
So, instead, I go to Publix, and if I'm going to change my diet, I might as well shop and get some fruits, vegetables, some stuff that I've got to eat, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Got to eat.
Yeah.
So again, I went through the produce aisle, got all the produce that. Now, am I going to eat all this before it goes bad?
No.
See, what's the point of buying all this produce?
I know. That's where they get you. That's why you buy fucking Twinkies and Ding Dongs.
No.
I know,
I don't even
I know.
want processed shit. The kind of bread that I have that I eat is I don't even know the name of it.
Keto Atkins fucking...
No.
Oh, because I got that upstairs.
I just got that. I did get the Atkins, but I got some really good sourdough or whatever from Publix. But it's the Sunbeam Giant whatever. Dude, that thing, I threw up one night, and it looked like toilet paper coming out of me. Yeah. That's not good. It's not, but that's the kind of bread I've been eating for the past 20, God knows, even longer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, all the food that they feed us anyway is bullshit, so.
It is.
Yeah.
So.
You have to stay on the outside of the grocery store to find anything good.
Yeah, you'd have to live in.
No, you have to stay in the vegetable aisle, the meat aisle, and now the meat is worrisome because they just add dye to it to make it red again.
Yeah.
And then you go down the other side and you got your yogurt and cheese and things like that. It's not good for you, but it's better than what's on the middle of the grocery store.
It's like today with the steaks. I went by Walmart just to see how much it was going to be. I ran in real quick just to see what the price was, and then I went down to the butcher's block. When I went to the butcher's block, I looked at their steaks. I didn't care how much they were. They looked so much better.
Right?
So much better. I was like, well, I'm sold.
Yeah, I call them and go down there and pick up a freezer pack. It's like 120 or 140 bucks. And it's a lot of meat. And it lasts us a while. You know, and they break the steaks up in 2 cubes to where it's just me and Lynn eating steak. Zach doesn't eat steak. Why? I don't know.
Logan used to put ketchup on his steaks.
Oh,
he did it the first 2 or 3 times when he was after he started living with us. And the way I guess he saw the reaction that I kept on having, and he doesn't do it anymore. He's like, I don't know why I did that, Brian.
No, don't.
I was like, no, you probably did it to piss me off, but that's beyond the point.
Yeah, don't do ketchup on a steak. Use a steak sauce if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, right. So A1's and 57 something.
Yeah, something. But don't do ketchup.
Oh no, right. Tara likes hers well done and then well done again.
Ugh.
Yeah. Her steak is the first one to go on way before everybody else's, and hers is the last one to come off way after everybody else's.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, that I heard a guy say the other day. He was just trying to be funny. He goes, if we really live on a globe that's spinning,
how does the water stand?
Well, no, he goes, so why do planes fly?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they just go up in
and
the
they
air
try to say
sit
because
there?
it's already going 45 miles an hour.
Well, we're going 40.
Well, we're going 17,000 supposedly.
Right.
So that plane's already going 17,000 miles an hour. It just needs a little push from the engines.
Yeah, but it's no. Right. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a tailwind. What happens when if they fly the other way? They go really fast.
Have you seen some of the flight paths that these planes take? It's like, why did it go that way?
Right. Some of it.
Why?
But on a flat Earth.
Yeah. When you're up in the air, your main concern is don't run out of gas.
Right. But they're
not just taking the scenic route.
If you take the picture and you lay it down like a guy took it and laid it down, and it's a straight shot, but it's a flat Earth. But on the globe, it's going.
And then all these videos of pilots, them interviewing pilots, flat around, and everyone flat. You shouldn't be able to see that far.
Oh, I agree. I don't know. See, here's the thing about it. We've been lied to so much that I don't believe a fucking word I hear anymore from the government or from any news agency or hell, half the people I see on TikTok and shit, I don't believe them either. I got to go and do my own, digging.
Yeah, of course.
But when they tell us this is gonna go fucked up,
I haven't been talking fucked up all night.
So they've lied to us. So there's no end to their fucking bullshit. There's just not.
The Simpsons called it, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so everything we know is bullshit. So math, the words we speak, how we speak, everything.
Our whole school system.
Everything is bullshit. So the mathematical equations that they try to tell us, this is what you need to do to figure out how far that is. The world's round, okay?
You're not taking
but how do you I don't understand. And then all this shit coming from NASA. You can't tell me when they went to the fucking moon that they had technology We have
What is
more.
it? What does NASA mean in Hebrew?
I don't know.
I think it was Hebrew. I might be
Yeah, I forget what it was. Yeah. This phone
scam, whatever.
This phone has more fucking computing power than what they had.
You're going to the moon. If they really went to the moon,
they didn't.
See, that's another subject for another day.
Well, listen, they left out. We're supposed to believe that they went all the way up there, landed this motherfucker, played putt-putt for a minute,
drove a car.
Yeah, gets back in it, no infrastructure, and launches back off this fucking planet. And comes
on an eighth of an inch thick aluminum.
And talks to the president when he's on a corded fucking phone. Cars back then didn't even have AC.
Nope.
We had rotary phones.
Yep.
So you're telling me, and now, all the information, all the books, all the knowledge.
It's all been erased. It's gone.
It all got burned up. It all got trashed. We don't know what happened to it.
And we haven't been back to the moon since.
We just can't come up with that technology.
Or your ISS guys are sitting up there for 9 months and you can't bring them back.
Well, they're on the International Space Station, so they're still in
in our orbit.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not in outer space.
No.
So it's bullshit. They can't get past it. They can't get past that line. Mm-hmm. Everybody says, no, you can't. You can get to the fucking thing.
I mean, Elon's been splashing rockets against it.
Yeah.
Showing. You can't.
Can't. So I don't.
He's done showed us that you can bring a rocket back and land.
Pimp ass. Let's fucking. Yeah. We'll back this bitch in. You know, it's no parachute needed.
That's where it's getting scary for me, though. I mean, you got all this AI generated shit.
Yeah.
You could actually be watching the TV and it looks like President Trump.
Yeah. But
is he really giving that speech?
Right.
And if he's not, what else is he doing?
Have you seen the mask that you can buy? The latex mask?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something straight out of
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's straight out of Mission Impossible.
So how can you trust anything?
No.
You know what I mean? You see these people that are committing these like heinous crimes, right? Like that guy getting shot, the healthcare CEO or whatever, right? Did that really happen, or was that just a stage for us?
Was it to direct all our attention over here?
Right.
While something else is going on over here.
The best art of war is distraction.
Yeah. And that's where the media is. Media is the distraction.
Fucking propaganda all over the place. And Obama made it legit for them to fucking use propaganda against us. And everybody's like, Obama was a good president.
You ain't got no control over that shit either. Yeah.
They don't either.
No, they don't.
They're installed. They're not. No.
So,
no.
I'm just trying to say that my eyes have been opened up. At least 2 of them. There might be a third one. Who knows? There's videos of that one too.
I got a brown hole that's looking around. I'll tell you what.
I thought it was Cheerios.
Yeah, the rusty Cheerio. My thing, I don't believe anything from the government. Somebody could literally like.
But they're taking all our money too.
See, I've always said this too. This is the funniest thing, right? All right, the sun is where we get all our heat from, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's where we get all our heat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then why are mountaintops fucking iced over in snow, but it's fucking 100 degrees down here on the ground? No. But what's fucked up is it's not coming from underneath, because if you look, well, fuck, I mean, it could be.
What?
But you feel the heat off the sun, or maybe you just think you do.
And yeah, you're right.
Because I was like, if the heat's coming from the ground,
you're right. I mean,
the snow would melt away.
That's all we know, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We don't know the truth about nothing.
No, but we still get sunburnt.
Yeah.
Well, or what they call sunburn.
Well, if you look
it's supposed to give you cancer.
If you look at the pictures, there's this guy that I follow that does. He's got like the old encyclopedias or whatever, like the old
Britannica.
Old
oh no, even older than Britannica.
Yeah.
No, you can't trust Britannica now either.
No, but they have Civil War pictures and stuff like that. They have ironclad ship from the Civil War, floating in this creek with these fucking monstrosities in the background. These fucking buildings that are like, how do we have those buildings and we have this piece of shit boat?
There's no way we could build shit like that.
No. And then
today you can't build shit like that.
The World's Fair. Oh, we built this thing,
but we destroyed it all out.
Yeah, we just ruined it. It's like, what? No.
Well, and then that's where it starts going off on the Bible again. And have you seen some of the tree stump mountains?
Yeah.
That is just so messed up to me.
Yeah.
God cut those tree stumps down so that they couldn't escape during the flood.
Right.
That's so messed up. Then the petrified animals,
Yeah.
like big.
Oh yeah. You can see like a woman's face on one of the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that a person?
Here's the thing, most likely. But here's the thing: your brain is always looking for patterns. Always. So if you ever pay attention real hard when you're looking at something, like, for instance, my mom and dad's old house, right, over here in Marietta. In the bathroom, it had these little square tiles that were probably 1 inch by 1 inch, or maybe 2 inch by 2 inch. I mean, they were small.
Yeah.
And they're all over the floor, but where you're shitting was a different color tile. It was like separated because there used to be a door.
Like a mosaic or something.
Yeah, there used to be a door. So when you're sitting there looking out, you're just seeing those patterns. And I swear to God, the day we moved in, I saw a dog's head. Like a not a poodle, but something similar. Boom. Your brain's always trying to find. So to me, with some of the, I'm not saying that all of them are bullshit.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, but
that might be their downfall, and we just don't know it. Thinking like that, the patterns or the repetition in something, the frequency in something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, all the Zeppelins that are in the pictures and stuff, they're all at the top of the building with a rod coming up, because that's how they were refueling. It was free electricity, and they were just tying into it. So I mean, there's so much shit.
Like the Washington Monument. Yeah, you can see a picture of a Zeppelin.
If you look at all the old ass buildings and shit like that, they were all generators. They all had like the big ass.
And Tesla
buildings.
knew that.
Yeah. What's great is
And they offed him.
all the information that Tesla had. He had it stored in a room. You know who it was that came and got the stuff?
The government.
No, Trump's uncle.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that one too. They've also said that the Trumps have been time travelers. There is a Baron Trump from the 1800s. Looks
book.
just like that.
Book Baron's time
On the guy on the
traveling
cover looks
adventures
just
or
like
whatever.
him.
Yeah.
So weird. And then you got the reptilians. Are the reptilians really in charge? Are those the ones in charge? I don't like snakes.
Well, I also saw something where they were trying to integrate the lizard people with us, and it's like, well, wait a minute, is Gene Simmons a lizard person? I've seen that motherfucker's tongue.
Well, and then they also show videos like Katy Perry and her eyes closing shit.
Oh
in
yeah,
the middle
doing the backwards. Now you got to be careful with that too, because there's a lot
of AI generated crap.
Now
yes.
I can do AI on this computer right here. You know,
Anybody can.
I can do a lot of cool shit. So, and I'm not that good.
Uh-huh.
So you take one of these techie guys that are
and has the
around
computer
their
to
house,
actually do it.
right, and has this fucking massive fucking super brain computer. He can do awesome shit. You know what I mean? I've seen people do fucking phenomenal shit. So a lot of it you have to almost be like, is it real?
And I'm not complete. That's where I am.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
But let's look into it and see what if it is.
No, there's
Anything's better than where I was. I can tell you that.
all I know is conspiracy theorists are up by about 12 to 1 right now. So
They have to be.
yeah. So I don't. Everything I see or hear, I automatically think this is a scam. This is bullshit. Somehow I'm getting fucked.
Me too. And that's what, until recently. Something, I don't know. It was, there was one video I was watching, and my grandfather, and love him to death, Christian author, famous Christian author, but he messed up religion for me when I was a young age because he was just trying to push. Let's bring me back in the back room. Let's talk about Jesus. Okay? I was 5. 6, you know what I mean? I just want to go play on my Legos.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'm gonna go
thing.
build my Lego logs, man.
I don't need to hear about the flesh and the cross and all that.
No.
It's just, and it might have been the right time, actually, because that's where you're starting to develop, and that's before the government really sinks their teeth into you, kind of thing.
Right.
So,
Now,
now there's this video. Let me finish.
Yeah.
There's this video, and it just opened my eyes to saying, we all have a God gene. They call it a God gene.
okay.
That means that God is in you.
Right.
He's in you forever. So God eternal.
Right.
I want to get a cross now on my. That's the only thing I've got. Even though he pushed it on me,
Yeah.
there's a reason I've been through the shit that I have,
Right.
and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Now my kids, a little different story. We're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to work on that. Let's get Daddy right first.
Yeah. No, there's when I was growing up, my uncle was he wasn't always. He found God, and we were always going to church.
Mm-hmm.
And
We would go to church Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah. And we would go to church outings and all that. And the youth group that I was a part of, and granted it was up north, so Michigan didn't have Six Flags or anything like that. I don't think they still do.
Well, there's some kind of amusement park.
No, we'd have to leave. No, we'd have to leave Michigan and drive down to Ohio to go to Cedar
just
Point.
because it got too cold there.
Or it's just a shitty town.
I've never been, so I don't know. I think I might have.
Hey, I feel like I have to take a shit. I'll go dump one in the toilet. You go in, look down. That's Detroit.
Oh, I thought you were really going to take a shit. I was like, fuck, you're stinking up here the rest of the night.
No. So
okay.
So anyway.
But they've been rebuilding.
Right. But we would go on church outings, everything else. So I was really into church. Go to church camp every year. My uncle was the youth leader. Now he's a minister. Well, he's retired now. But I was in it so hard, and then when we moved down here, and I was like,
everything changed.
Wait a minute, I got these other days free.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we don't have to go. And then when I got old enough, I went to try to go back to church and all that. Went back to a Nazarene church, went in and was like, not for me.
I think
not for me, because I went in dressed like I was
up
at
there.
the other one, and they weren't as accepting. It was like,
it was the same thing
to be
when
the
I
house of acceptance?
It was the same thing. You weren't dressed as nice as they were? Oh, okay. I dressed too nice, I thought, when I was growing up. When I moved down here.
When I came down here, because up there we could wear my uncle didn't care what you wore, what you looked like.
And it really
care.
shouldn't matter.
He wanted you there to hear the word of the Lord.
And my grandfather, you were not leaving unless you had a collared shirt on, at least a collared shirt on, and no jeans.
My uncle would look right at, because the pastor was like, what are we doing? We're at, Sunday service. And my uncle was like, would you rather them here or not here?
It's true.
I would rather them here.
But that's not the way
their
the
shirt
church thinks anymore.
Their shirt doesn't matter. They can wear, like guys were wearing Aussie shirts and AC/DC shirts and all that stuff.
I remember
nobody in our church give a shit.
I remember one day I wanted to wear a Denver Broncos jersey in Denver, by the way, and I was not allowed to do it. Even after a big win, I was not allowed to do it.
Yeah, no, that blows me away. That's why I don't go to church, because one, I don't feel I need to go. I talk to him daily, so I don't feel I need to go.
Well, and I don't feel, and with all this, all of a sudden, me.
I mean, did you see the preacher the other day?
Yeah, $40,000. I'm gonna lock the doors.
Yeah, shut the doors.
Well, fuck you, dude.
Oh, it would have been all like Donkey
No.
I'm surprised he had the cojones to try to. He got fucking arrested.
But he got his $40,000. From what I heard, I don't know the whole story. I think he got his $40,000.
No, that when he come back, because he got arrested and he's got like a shit ton of suits against him for kidnapping.
Well, as soon as he said close the doors, and if I was in that room, no,
I would have got up.
No, it'd have been a bad day for everybody. Well, even if I didn't have a gun, I would have made it would have been a scene. Yeah. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna kidnap me? You're gonna extort me? No, sir.
No.
See, my whole thing is why you shouldn't be. People shouldn't have to go there for it.
No, and I agree. That's what I'm saying.
People should be going out and preaching to the public, to their neighbors, to their go to the park, go wherever, and have service outside where people can come walking up to you. Don't. Why you got a building? Why you got to make it to where we have to give you money? Why do you have to make it about money?
That's what.
And why when a pastor says, "Oh, we need this, we need that, we need donations, dig deep," and then you go, "Hey, I'm broke. Oh, we'll pray for you."
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
No, I remember when I first started doing apartments and my first eviction. Mm-hmm. And this is back when the marshals would show up with a moving crew. Yes, I would have to be there to unlock the door and change the locks.
Oh yeah. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
They would go and I would have to change the locks while the moving crew starts moving everything out. Right. Well, back then they would move it right in front of the building.
Right.
All their stuff. So it was a family, husband, wife, and then I think it was about an 8 or 9 year old son. Well, the 8 or 9 year old son's out in the front yard playing on all the stuff because there's all out there. And then mom and dad, the whole time, dad saying, God's going to take care of us. God's going to take care of us. And all I can do is look at that boy. Yeah. Where's he going to sleep tonight?
Yeah.
God going to take care of that? You need to figure that out right now.
Yeah.
And God was probably trying to take care of you. You just didn't know it.
Yeah. Dude, every time me and Lynn have gotten into a bind or a situation or whatever, there's always been...
That's how it's always been for us.
There's always something that pops up and it's like, hey, this is the way.
Always been like that.
Yeah. I just don't know why he's testing me with this. Oh, y'all don't know.
Another episode. Yeah. John's in a good mood right now. We're going to keep him in a good mood. We're going to keep him in a good mood today.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we hit our mark, 30 minutes. So